Vietnam, go. It's flipping amazing. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I don't know that I would recommend my approach, but I enjoyed it. I brought nothing, had no knowledge of the country. Got there, I bought clothes, super cheap, a motorcycle, and a compass. I headed north from Saigon. And started cruising up the coast. Coast road was a little bit busy. I was a little anxious. Like, I knew nothing about the country, right? Turns out you can find a place to stay anywhere. The country's really populated. The cities are a little congested. Motorcycle in the cities, can't tell you how many times I arrived at, roundabout thinking there's just no way this is going to work. But you can't stop because you're part of a river, Kind of interesting, But you work it out. It's all done. Like, if you had attitude, it would be a disaster. Everybody's sort of trying to work together, So you got motorcycles coming from every different direction, all kinds of automobiles and whatever, right? And mostly you drive on the right, except for the far right might be coming your way. And if they're driving your way on a country road and the pavement looks better on your side of the road, they're going to drive straight toward you. So be ready for that. You kind of like tuck your elbow, get out of the way. That kind of thing, I don't know. I don't think there's much I can tell you about that. You figure it out if you're riding a motorcycle. Looks like there's comfy buses. I never rode one. But, there's obviously other ways of traveling. So, no point in me telling you about things I don't know. What I do know is I personally not real good at planning, don't really like it. I kind of like to let life happen. I'm in Bogota right now. Just walk out the door of my hostel and let's see where I end up today. I like it like that, right? Colombia's great. Another story. What I found to be absolutely dream in Vietnam was this. No plans, just I'm sure I missed a lot of things, but the entire country is fascinating. Like, I like surprises. So I just literally went in a general northern direction. Está bien. And, I did make decisions. Like, the coast road was real busy, so I went inland. Met some really nice people in a tiny village near the Cambodian border. Then I did, planning. There is a point in planning to some extent. I ended up waking up. I was tired, been riding motorcycle for a long time. Bought this motorcycle, and, and it held up fairly well. I purposely buy ugly looking things and, try not to look like I have much when I'm overseas. It tends to, pacify the sort of, nefarious desires of somebody that might look at your gold watch and be like, yo, I want that. But this was funny. I was in a little town, I don't know where I was. I'm just north of Saigon, and a little homestay kind of place. And in that case, I really had not planned on not bringing anything, something about COVID, crap like that. I was just like, screw it, I'm like over it, I'm leaving. So I just walked on the plane with the clothes I was wearing. But the shirt that I had a lot of holes in it. And textile industry is big in Vietnam, so there's really like nobody looking as homeless as I was. The woman at that hotel just gave me a shirt like, look, we're not going to discuss this. Just put this on. You don't need to look that way. That was kind of funny. Funny enough, I was talking to somebody the other day at my hostel about my approach to traveling in Vietnam, and I'm kind of doing the same thing here in Colombia. And I was like, yeah, man, it's kind of like, I was previously thinking it's the mind of a 5-year-old, because, you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going, you just know what you're doing, And, but then I refined it. I was like, no, it's more like 3-year-old, and I'm thinking I'm developing some really deep thought, right? And the guy looks at me, nice guy, riding his bicycle from Colorado to Patagonia. And he was like, yeah, what do they call that? And apparently there's some term for it. So I guess I'm not inventing some new way of life. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Anyway, it is a really nice way of doing things. Because I seriously, like here in Colombia, I went to a tourist thing the other day, Catedral de Sal, and it's cool, very cool, but it's not my trip, right? Here's a tour, and they're giving you information that's cool to know. And then they take you by a bunch of shops that have really cool things to buy. It's just not my trip. I like surprises. As it turns out, I end up making it to like most of the places that you want to see. And funny enough, I keep on like posting pictures on social media, and friends of mine are like, letting me know, oh, you're at, Plaza de Bolivar, or something like that. I'm like, oh, good. I was hoping to get here. Anyway, Vietnam, I think, is the perfect country to just get lost. Just find the road you like best. You might hit a dead-end road every now and then, but I didn't hit many. Here in Colombia, use Google Maps or whatever you need to, because honestly, I'm hitting dead-end roads all over the place. And then I guess I was going to say a little bit of planning doesn't hurt, because I never looked at my visa, and I was up at the border of China, and I was tired, and I finally got like a fancy hotel, and I was like waking up with too many pillows and crap like that, and I look at my passport thinking, how much time do I have left? I had 18 hours to get out of the country with no departing ticket. So that was a little stressful. I gave my motorcycle to a monk, hired a driver for the 6-hour drive to Hanoi, got on the phone to an old girlfriend like, hello, honey, how are you? Let's get me a ticket to Cambodia. And why there was no tickets to Cambodia is a great big question. It's like flying to LA from San Francisco. There's flights all day, every day, right? But according to my little princess friend, the only tickets available were to come home to San Francisco, which is cool because I love my town. Anyway, Vietnam, flipping magic. Yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. There were some challenges. Okay, look, the only challenge, the real buzzkill, I've traveled all over the world quite a bit in sketchy situations. One real buzzkill was this. Munich is a beach town just north of Saigon, like a one-day ride on my motorcycle. And that's a real touristy place, first place I got to. And there's an area in that town where the cops like to pull you over, and they're going to find some reason to take your money. That's a really stressful situation. And that's just it, but no problems anywhere else in the country. Cost me like $75, like a parking ticket in San Francisco, right? But it's stressful. It's, I just got in there. Really, it was like, oh my God, is the whole trip going to be like this? Now let me think, what else happened? So I'm in Vietnam. Oh, had a passport issue. That's all I got to say about that. I ended up running around town, finding somebody here or there, get my passport back. And end of the day, I was like, well, I guess see, as a thinking guy, I had an extra card. Well, okay, I get there and I meet a friend. Go to get money out of the ATM, it eats my card. As a thinking traveler, I have another card, but that's stashed on my motorcycle, which is now on a train going to Hanoi, because from Da Nang to Hanoi, I put my motorcycle, because it's a bigger country than you think. And here's the other thing, you got to recalibrate all your like mileage and stuff like that. I ride a motorcycle around America. You can cover like 500 miles in a day without too much drama. In Vietnam, 100 kilometers a day, legit, is like, a full day. So anyway, I had to really recalibrate, and you do that and you enjoy your life. But anyway, so now I got no card, got no money, got no way to get to Hanoi, and my motorcycle's gone. That was a little anxiety. I figured that out. Took a picture of the ATM machine, found the headquarters of the bank, very nice people. They got the card back. Then the passport was an issue that I just don't think you have to worry about. Yeah, that's enough of that. Vietnam's amazing. The food's incredible. The people are exotic. They're like really passive, respectful of your space. But if you flash them a smile, you'll get a big one right back. I thought it was flipping magic. Yeah. And Colombia is really nice. That's a different story. Colombia's amazing. I'm having a good time.